shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
On the 4-year anniversary of Hurricane Florence, state lawmakers grilled disaster officials about why recovery has been so slow.
It was the first meeting of a special oversight committee looking specifically at disaster relief and recovery in North Carolina. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie is at the legislative building where that 4-hour meeting wrapped up this afternoon. Laura.
Dan, you know, North Carolina has received nearly $800 million in federal disaster relief for hurricanes. So why are so many families still waiting years later for their homes to be repaired or rebuilt? That's what lawmakers wanted to find out today. It was 4 years ago today, in 2018, that Florence came ashore near Wilmington. 2 years before that, Hurricane Matthew hit eastern North Carolina. When the state opened its Office for Recovery and Resiliency, more than 4,000 people applied for help, but only about a quarter have made it through the process. Representative John Bell lives in Wayne County, which was hit hard by both storms. He says he has constituents who've been living in temporary housing for 5 years due to the slow recovery process.
Now, we can use this committee that we have here to play politics, point fingers, and throw partisan bombs. And if we decide to go down that path, the media will like it, the general public will cheer, but the folks I represent are still at home homeless, and they're still stuck in the process.
Laura Hogshead directs the state recovery office. She said the state didn't even receive the federal money for Florence until 2020. Since then, the COVID pandemic, supply chain issues, and labor shortages have slowed down the work. She said overly strict state and federal requirements have also led to mountains of red tape.
And that is on me, and I am not in any way shirking that responsibility. These are my decisions. These are my staffing decisions. These are my policy decisions, and that is on me.
Hogshead said they're making changes to ease the problems and get help flowing more quickly. Pardon me. So she said some of the changes they're making are, for example, streamlining the contractor process and the application process and requiring less paperwork for families who are trying to get help who may not have access to some of their tax forms, let's say, from 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. Now, we also heard today in this committee meeting some powerful stories from some people who are affected by this problem, who are still living in hotels. We'll bring you their voices coming up at 6.
I'm anxious to hear them. I mean, hearing 4 or 5 years without a permanent home, that's powerful enough. But we'll look forward to your further reporting. Laura Leslie reporting live. Thank you.